As soon as one of our children come running and screaming, then we'll know for sure.
All right, so hi everyone. We're doing a little bit of a Facebook and Instagram training tonight, so hopefully it's useful. I do have the Q&A up for those of you on Google+, or you can ask questions on the YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just comment. So please ask us questions as we go.
Or Facebook works, right?
What's that?
Facebook Messenger worked last time too.
Oh, okay, that might work too. You can message either Kara or I. Okay, so I'll let Kara get started with her training.
Okay. So thanks for doing this, Ingrid. I think it's super fun to be able to get to do this with you. So we wanted to do a 101, a newbies Facebook and Instagram training. And the reason we wanted to do this is because so many of you have been asking questions about, just basic questions about how to run your business online. And I think this will also be good for some more advanced people as well. I think we've got some pretty good tips that maybe you didn't know. Just to let you know, we both started, my sister and I both started this business with It Works Global in March 2013. And we both went ambassador this year, about 2 years into the business. And the first year, the only people that we knew in our business were each other. We didn't have any of our warm market support us. We did most of this completely online. And so we wanted to share with you guys what we have learned. Now, all that said, I do want to point out that that is not the best way to run your business. This needs to be just one aspect of what you do. Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest, this is just one aspect. Parties, blitzing, setting up a booth at events, those are all things that you should be doing just as much as you work on social media, okay? This is just one more way for you to get the word out. So I also wanted to say, this is a business. Don't think that you are going to have 50 followers on Instagram and you are going to post one ad and you are going to become a millionaire. A business is a business. You have to open your store every day. I open my store every day, and what that means is I post every single day on Instagram and Facebook. I blitz, I plan my parties, I make sure my business is open every single day. I want to talk about the fact that social media has a shelf life, which means if you posted yesterday and people are scrolling through their news feed, they would probably have to scroll through hundreds, if not thousands of posts in order to see yours. So it's super important that you understand that posting frequently is important. And my schedule is usually, I post about 6 to 9 times per day on Instagram. And I switch up between a product post, a business post, and then some sort of selfie about my family, about what we're doing. And that also is a little bit of a business post, right? Because I usually say something like, we're going to the movies in the middle of the day. This is how we work, something like that. So Ingrid, how many times a day do you post?
Let's see, let me get it back on me. So I try to not post more than 4 ads per day. So I post 12 times. So when I say an ad, I mean like a solid, like this is a before and after about a wrap or a product. And then the other 2, so every time I post an ad, I'll post 2 other ones. And it's like Kara said, like a selfie or something, but I always try and incorporate It Works into it. So I'll post a picture of us and I'll, use the hashtag full-time family or something like that. So I'm always trying to incorporate It Works into all of my pictures. But what I think is really important is that I'm not a solid advertisement. I'm letting people get to know me by seeing my face. It's so important. If you want people to join your team, they need to see you. They need to trust you. They need to know you're a real person. And that's really hard when they go to your Instagram or Facebook or any other social media, and all they see is ads or quote pictures or something like that, it's hard to get to know you if they're not seeing you. So I think that's really important. And I really think you have to gear it towards your audience. I think you kind of get into a rhythm and knowing how much is too little and how much is too much to post when you start losing followers. But posting every day is essential, no matter how many times you post a day, for sure.
I agree. And I think that, two things that made me think about. So think about your followers, what Ingrid said. The way that you can really make sure that you're giving them something valuable is to ask yourself, am I giving them valuable information? I try to post inspirational or funny quotes often. When I post a product ad, I don't tell them what this is going to do for me. Like, I need customers and, give me your business. I try to explain what this is going to do for them. Okay, I talk about how quickly the wraps work, and maybe they have an upcoming date or a wedding or a vacation that these wraps could really help them with. So I always try to think about, how am I helping my audience? What valuable information am I giving to them? I also homeschool my kids, so I try to throw in some homeschool craft ideas that we're doing. I have a lot of homeschooling moms that follow me, so that's an idea as well. Something else that made me think of is, part of this business is it's hard to know who is seeing your posts, because not everybody is going to interact right away. You have to kind of think of your Instagram and your social media accounts as a billboard, if you will. Now, if you have a tire shop and you put a billboard out front, are you going to get discouraged and shut down your tire shop because every single car that drives past doesn't come in and buy tires? No, okay? You are advertising for that person who needs tires, wants tires, and is looking for what you have to sell. And that's not every single person that drives past you, okay? So, so treat your social media account the same way. Don't get discouraged when the first 10 people that you follow on Instagram don't immediately become customers with you. Keep posting, keep giving them valuable information, and they will come around. So literally what I do is 3 times a day, I post, I interact with my followers. So I am going to go and I'm going to look at who's liking my posts, and I'm going to go to their profile and I'm going to say cute baby, or oh my gosh, that looks like fun, or something where I am interacting with them. And then I also follow people and I unfollow people. The people that I like to follow on Instagram and Facebook are people who I think would be interesting to be on my team. Okay, they need to be in the countries that we're open in. I like to choose people that I have a shared interest with, because then that gives me something to talk about. Okay, moms, college students. I was in college once a long time ago. People that I can have a conversation with, and those are the people that I follow on Instagram. And then I use a app called Crowdfire to unfollow, and the app is great. Go download it right now. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Looks like that. And it basically will show you who is not following you, and you can go and unfollow those people, because if they're not following you, they are not seeing what you are posting. So it's not worth you following them, okay? Do you want to say anything about that?
Well, a couple things about Crowdfire. So, it also show you who has recently unfollowed you. So those people I really focus on unfollowing, because they are people that have followed you, looked at your profile, and decided to unfollow you because they don't like it. So those are kind of your primary people to unfollow, and that's okay. Not everyone's going to buy this product, and that's not a big deal. So just unfollow them, so you can make room for more customers. And also, there's a thing called Takeoff on Crowdfire, and that actually lets you schedule posts ahead of time. So you can put the post together with the wording. You can do as many as you want and have kind of a bank in there. So all of you that are really busy, you could do that the night before and just have it ready for the next day. It won't post automatically, but at least you have it all set up. The picture, and the wording, and you just have to push a button for it to post to your Instagram. So that's what I would say about that.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good idea because it makes you, if you can go in there and plan your posts and then even set an alarm in your phone to remind you to go in there and post at a certain time. Try to post first thing in the morning. That's what people do. They get up, they get on their phone. Post again during lunch break, and then post again after dinner, well into the evening. That's when people are sitting back and getting on their cell phones. So anything else about Instagram before we go into, let's talk about, I had a couple questions about how to actually use Instagram on an iPhone, and then you have a Samsung, right?
Yeah, we can give some tricks for
Here's
that.
what I do. So here's my iPhone. I'm going to go to Facebook, and I am going to go to, we have our Copy My Instagram group where we have a lot of great photos, but I'm going to go ahead and go to the It Works Global Facebook page, because you know that those pictures are usable, are accurate, are real. Here's a picture of ProFit, okay? So what you're gonna do from an iPhone is you're just gonna hold down on this picture until this pops up, and I'm gonna save this into my camera roll, okay? And then when I go to Instagram, I just push on the, I just push on this button at the bottom that is right in the middle, okay? And that's gonna access my camera, and my camera is right there. So then I would click here and I would grab that photo, okay? And there it is, all right? So that's the easiest way to use Instagram with an iPhone. If you have, like in our Copy My Instagram group, if you have some verbiage that you want to copy that somebody has put in the comments for you, same thing, just hold down on the comment, copy, and then you paste it into your Instagram text. Obviously put your cell phone number, your email, whatever contact information you're putting.
And from an Android, my page won't load, but what I found is really helpful is I never save them. I don't know if this is the same on an iPhone. I actually screenshot. So on an Android, that is the power button, and so the power button on the side and this little button here. So since I can't get my page to load because I'm in my basement, you just hold those and it flashes. And the reason I do screenshots always is because when I go to Instagram, it will fit perfectly in that box. And so I always screenshot everything that I want to use for Instagram. Otherwise, you have to go and use another app called InstaSize. And I just do it that way.
Yeah, and that's how you screenshot on an iPhone as well. And so that's totally true. If you see a picture you like on Instagram that you want to use, you can screenshot it. Make sure, here's a disclaimer, make sure you know who it's a picture of, what products they used, how long they used the products. And that's why I really encourage you to get the photos from the It Works Global Facebook page, or from someone you know, or from your own customer. Or the best possible thing you can do is create your own testimony by using the products yourself, okay? It's the first thing people ask you. Have you used it? Does it work? That's when you whip out your phone and you say, yeah, here are my photos. So should we see if anybody has questions about Instagram before we go on to Facebook?
Sure. Do you want to check out the YouTube page? I've got a couple. I don't see anything on here. I was gonna say, I've used an app to make photo collages a lot for Instagram. Like if I'm welcoming a new distributor, I'll put a picture of them and like a welcome to the team collage. And I've been using a different app, and Instagram now has their own collage tool, which I didn't know about, and I don't know if any of you know about that. But when you click, to post something on Instagram, so here's that screenshot I just grabbed. This little picture in the bottom left, it's like a little grid. That is actually a collage tool of Instagram's. And they have it's really cool. There's a whole bunch of layouts. You know, you can do a couple. I'll just grab 2 here. And see, I grabbed 2 pictures, and you can pick a bunch of layouts, and it's pretty neat, and you don't need a separate app anymore. So that's something that is new to Instagram. And one other new thing before we move on that people may not know about, the search. When you're searching, you have kind of new ways to target people. I do target my own followers a lot. Like if I have a follower that maybe is a customer, I'll follow their followers or something like that. But if I want to target people in my local area, maybe I want to do parties, check out, when you click search, check out places, okay? Because you can actually target people that are local to you using places. So there, I mean, there's a really, you can do tags, you can search for people, or you can search where they are. So if you're at an aquarium and you want to see anyone that's using, or that has tagged themselves at that place, you could do that, and that's how you could find local people to follow. So it's kind of a cool tool. Okay, and we did get a question. So can you explain how to send a direct message on Instagram? Yes, and I don't particularly like direct messages for a number of reasons, but I do use them very often because a lot of times people just don't text or email you, and you have no other choice, right? So if you click the home button right here, you'll see a little file folder at the top. So if you click that file folder, these are all my direct messages, okay? So you just, to do a new direct message, you would click this plus button, and you have to select a photo. So usually I will just do the photo that they commented on, that they wanted information about. And then you click the arrow. Oops. And then you want to make sure that it says direct. So if you do to followers, it's going to post to your feed. If you do direct, then you actually are able to just write their name right in here. You need to get their Instagram name pretty exact for it to search. So you write their name in there, select them, and then you can write your message in there. The reason I don't like direct messages is because they don't always notify you that the person has responded. And so you have to kind of constantly check in there. It's kind of buggy. It's gotten better. The other reason is if you look at this, there's no way of knowing. I have hundreds and hundreds of direct messages, and there is no way of knowing who they are from. So I have to write down, so I'd have to go into every single one if I wanted to find one from a customer. So it's not very user friendly, but they are pretty necessary for your business. So it's good to know how to do, but if you can get someone to text or email you, I recommend that over direct messages.
So, and something that I do when I direct message them, I then go to their Instagram account and I comment on one of their pictures and I tag them and I say, I just sent you a message. I just sent you a direct message. If you can't get it, text me here, okay? And I leave my text message or my phone number again. Something else is once I have an Instagram person who I'm talking to, you know, potential, I go and I try to find them on Facebook, okay? Maybe I can search them by name. Maybe they've put their email somewhere like in their profile of their Instagram account. You can search on Facebook, you can search a person's email, you can search their phone number, you can search their name. You would just go right here, and then up here at the top, I would just enter that person's phone number, email, name, whatever I've got, and I would try to find them on Facebook, okay? Just so that I have them seeing me in multiple different ways, and I have multiple different ways of contacting them, okay? And then, of course, whenever you have a potential, you write this down, okay? You write down their Instagram name, you write that, you make a note for yourself. I tried to direct message this person. so that then a couple days later, if they still haven't responded to that direct message, maybe you can go and comment on their photo again or whatever you need to do to get a hold of them. So are there any more Instagram questions?
Not that I see. So again, everyone, you can, if you're on Google Plus, you can use the Q&A on here. So you can ask a question. If you're watching on YouTube, then just leave a comment on the video. Or you can Facebook message us to get your question in. So I think we'll move to Facebook. And Kara, do you want to do like a share screen for Facebook?
I'm going to show you how to do it all from my phone.
Okay.
Because my computer is totally having major difficulties. I'm actually on Patrick's computer right now. So I've been working completely on my phone, and I know that I have several teammates who do not have a computer. So I want to show you all the different ways I work my business completely from my phone. I don't even open my computer anymore. So going into Facebook, there's a few things I want to show you that you can do from the app. Okay, so the app is, you know, the little icon that you download onto your phone. I want to talk first. Well, first I want to give a shout out to Amber Parker, who is an Ambassador Diamond in Utah. She did a training about Facebook at our One Team One Mission, and just, I mean, blew me away at how much stuff I didn't know. So hopefully I'll share some of that with you today. But first I wanted to talk about security. There's some things that, you know, I know that everybody worries, you know, putting your business on Facebook. Do you have to worry about security? And there's a few things that I do. And one of them, so I click the little more button again in the corner here, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and go into, of course now it's going to, I think it's privacy shortcuts. I did this last night so I could remind myself. I usually have to just, you know, play with it before I figure it out. But go into privacy shortcuts, and Privacy Basics is a great tutorial for you to figure out what you need to do to protect your information. More settings. When you go in here, I go under security. This is always really interesting to me. Active sessions. There are 5 active sessions right now. Somebody on, okay, that's my husband's computer. Mobile Safari, Facebook Messenger. Those are probably me. It will usually give you a location, but it's crazy. I go in here about once a week. I'll find people all over the world who are somehow accessing my Facebook account. So it's good to check this, and you just click that little X next to those sessions that you don't recognize and get rid of those people, okay? So that's just a little trick that I like to do. Another one is when you go into, I'm pretty sure it's under more settings. Sorry, it's going to take me a second. So I'm back under settings again, timeline and tagging. If you don't want people to tag you and for it to immediately show up on your wall, like if you want to review those first, then you go in here and you can play with all of these settings, okay? Who can see the posts that you've been tagged in? Who can see what others post? But basically right here, review posts from friends before they appear on your timeline. So I do that because, you know, we're gonna get our commission checks posted pretty soon, and probably 50 people tag me in that. I don't want 50 posts about commission checks. I mean, I love getting tagged, I do. But if I have 50 posts showing up on my wall, then my potentials can't see any of my posts about products. So anyway, anything else that I'm thinking about for security, Ingrid? Anything else? Oh, I know. I have to do that from the other one though. Go ahead. Oh, you're on, I think you're on mute.
Oops, keep going.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll keep going. So the next thing that you guys want to do is go to your news feed. And I want everybody to think about, this is one of my new distributors, super excited for her. I want you to think about 3 to 5 leaders in this business that you want to follow and you want to see their posts, okay? Everybody else, you need to hide that from your news feed because your news feed gets so clogged with our It Works friends that it's hard to see what the rest of the world is posting, okay? And there's nothing wrong with hiding things. So I don't hide anything from my team just because I want to see them. But for those of you who feel like you're disconnected from the rest of the world, you can go through, and if you see a post, this is Leanne, and I'm not meaning to pick on Leanne, and I'm not actually going to unfollow her, but if I don't want to see every single thing that Leanne posts, I would put unfollow Leanne, okay? You're still friends with her, you're just not going to see every single thing that she posts all day long. And it's especially important when you guys see like game requests, and I actually won't even be able to find one on my account because I've hidden them all. But you can click on that same drop-down arrow. Wish I could find one to show you. You can click on that same drop-down arrow and say, I don't want to see anything else from Candy Crush. I don't want to see anything else from whatever it is, so that your news feed is not getting clogged with all of those non-money-making activities, okay? I don't play any games. I don't want to see Candy Crush. I don't care who's playing Candy Crush, okay?
And more than just games, those videos, man, the other day I was scrolling through my news feed and I spent 20 minutes watching the cutest little videos about cats. But you know what, guys? Don't get sucked into it. So every time you see a video, like someone's shared so-and-so's video, not like a video of themselves, you know, of your friend, but they've shared a viral video, use that arrow and put don't no longer see posts from whoever they shared it from. It's just going to make your life so much better. We don't have time. So just cut that stuff out of your life. You don't need to see cats. Promise.
Yeah, I can't even find one because I've cleaned up mine, so I can't even give you a demonstration. But basically, make your Facebook profile very streamlined. You can decide who you want to see and who you don't. And if you just practice that, unfollow, 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 I don't want to see posts from this anymore, it gets to be where, you know, now I can scroll through my news feed and I see my team, and that's all I want to see. So that's what I see. Okay, so make sure that you really spend some time doing that. The next thing is to create lists. And so what I do is...
You can't do that from your phone, can you?
Well, I can add people to the list. Actually, I think I can. So let me show you. So when I have somebody, I'm going to go to, so this is my wall, if you want to say, my profile, whatever. I'm going to come down here to friends. You gotta give me a second. Gosh, I practiced last night, and of course, I'm not going to remember how to do this.
You can add people to lists, but you cannot manage them or you cannot create lists from your phone. That's the only thing you really can't do.
Okay.
It's not a huge deal. Do you want me to just show how to create one real quick, and then you can talk about it?
Sure, and I can show you how you access your Facebook from your phone, like the desktop site from your phone. After you do this.
Okay, so can you see my Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay,
no, we see your file folder.
Oh, let's check this out here. Stop. Okay, let me try again. One more time. There we go. Okay, can you see it now?
Now it's just, there it is. There it is.
Okay, so all right, so from a computer, so you only have to do this once, and then everything's on your phone. So on the left here, you're gonna scroll down, and you're gonna see friends. Okay, so groups, pages, friends, and you're gonna click more. Okay, if it's gonna open. Awesome. All right, I guess we're gonna go back to you, Kara.
Maybe it just needs a second. We're running so many things on these computers at the same time.
Well, okay, you'd go to friends and you'll see lists, and oh boy. Okay, so and from that you would create a list, and once that's created, you can add people to it. So then go ahead, Kara.
So let me show you. So guys, we're back to my phone. Remember that I started in the Facebook app. So if you ever need to use Facebook, like the real Facebook, you're going to go to your Internet Explorer or your Safari, and you're going to pull up Facebook, facebook.com, okay? Give me a second to log in here. And so I only do this every once in a while when I need the full desktop functions. And the way you make it work, once you're logged in, okay, so I'm logged in and it's going to look like the app, right? But I can get it to go to desktop by clicking up here in the corner, scrolling all the way to the bottom, and do you see right here in little tiny words where it says desktop site? Okay, that's where you're going to click, and it's going to go to a desktop version of Facebook so that you can actually use it like you do on a computer. So then Ingrid, remind me where you create the lists. We go to friends. You're on mute again, goofball.
And then you click more.
Okay, so friends, and then more would be hiding right.
It's hard to see your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. Okay, so you can see the lists that I've created. Right here at the top, it would say create list. Okay, so you're gonna create that list and you're going to add, lists could be for so many reasons. Maybe you want to put people in the list who you don't ever want to see your It Works ads, okay? Maybe you still have a full-time job and you're not supposed to be posting about It Works while you have that full-time job, whatever the reason. Put all your coworkers and your boss and whatever into a list, okay? Then obviously I have a list for potentials and my team. Those are my two most important lists, potentials and my team, okay? Now when I'm in that list, so again, we went to friends down here and next to friends, it says more. Can you see this, Ingrid? Is it big enough?
Yeah, it's really bright,
It's
so
really
we
big.
can't really see the words.
Is that better?
No.
Worse, okay.
You just
Anyway,
can't see the words.
the good thing about looking at this list is that once or twice a day, I want to go and talk to my potentials. So I actually click on that list, potentials. It's going to pull up everybody who's in my potential list, okay? Everybody who I want to become a customer or a distributor, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm interacting with those people. So I go down and I say, oh, cool, oh, it looks like you had fun today. You know, I just basically remind them that I exist and that I'm here, and I interact with them, okay? Now, so back to the app. Wanted to make sure.
While you're looking for that, another reason, so one of my most important lists is my potentials list as well, but the reason is because on my news feed, I can, when I click, so when you go down the left and you see friends and then you'll see your list, mine is PDT, potential distributor. Everyone's a potential distributor, even if they want just the product. I click that list and it'll show me just the news feed of all of my potential distributors, not my teammates, nothing. And what that helps me with is that I can comment and like their photos. And what happens is when I interact with them more, when I post something, my post is going to show up on their feed. So the more you interact with a certain person, the more your posts are going to show up in their feed. So if you're only interacting, commenting, liking, and sharing other distributors' posts, then they're the only ones that are going to see your posts. So it's really important on Facebook, way more so than Instagram, that you are interacting with the people that you want to see your ads. So that's why that's how I use my list.
Okay. Before I get off of my desktop version, there's two other things I want to show you that it's just impossible to do this on the app. So if I go into friends again.
Here, let me do a screen share real quick.
Yeah, see if you can get it up.
I've got it, so yeah, so hopefully. Can you see it?
I still see you, but give it a second. Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and keep talking and I'll be the
Okay, so
mouse.
I was going to say, so go click on Ingrid Campbell. And then click on Friends. Now, does everybody see where, okay, so the little edit, the little pencil symbol next to where it says Find Friends? Click on that, edit privacy, and we're gonna make sure that nobody can see your friends list. So see how Ingrid has it set at only me? That's really important. You don't want people going in and picking off your friends list. And you know, most It Works people are very, very honest and would never do that, but you don't want all your potentials that you worked so hard to get just there publicly able to be seen. So make sure it says only me. Okay, so then go back.
Well, and just real quick, so you can see your friends. So Lori, you know, if we wanted to, so she's just a regular friend. If she was a potential distributor, I want to see every single thing she posts. So I would do get notifications. So that's a second level of friends, basically. You could also add her to one of these smart lists. Close friends means you're going to be notified every time she breathes. So that list, that's a smart list. It's automatically made by Facebook. And if you wanted acquaintances, that means you're friends, but you don't really see many of their posts, okay? And you can, so those are a couple of the other things you can do, or add to another list that you've made. All right, so.
Okay, so then click on Find Friends. This is where you go in and you can find, Facebook is going to give you some suggestions. I always add people who don't have any mutual friends, okay? If they have a mutual friend, it means they're probably talking to another It Works distributor. So I try to find people who don't have any mutual friends, which is hard, but I try. Really, really important. You will get blocked on Facebook if you are adding too many people and they are not accepting your requests. So Ingrid, go up where it says View Sent Requests. Okay, I have like hundreds in there that I need to clean out.
Oh, yikes.
Ingrid has one.
So I have one.
So if this person doesn't accept her friend request in the next couple of days, cancel it, okay? That's what Facebook looks at. If these people don't accept right away, get rid of that request, or else Facebook is going to start blocking you and saying, you know, you don't personally know these people, you're not supposed to be doing this, blah, blah, blah. So definitely keep that cleaned out.
And the other way I like to search for friends, again, local is kind of a neat thing to do. You know, if you want to do parties, you can do your current city. So if I did Midvale, you know, everyone would pop up that's next to Midvale, and you know, it's going to start with mutual friends, but don't do people of mutual distributor friends. You could also, if you had, you know, like a customer, you could do a mutual friend of that customer. Hannah's not a customer, but so this search for friends tool is really neat. You can really target people. You can target a college or graduate school or mutual friends. So it's another way to do it.
Cool. So one other thing that you can only do from your desktop, whether it be on your phone or your computer, because remember I showed you how to get to Facebook desktop from your phone, is, Ingrid, are you okay? I don't know what your messages look like.
Yeah,
your other.
Yep, so messages icon up here. Do you see everyone that says other? It's the mystery folder. So I have a bunch in there.
Make sure you guys go in and you look at this other folder, because you will have people who, if they're not friends with you and they send you a message, that's where it's going to go. Definitely check that once a day.
Okay? And you will not get notified of it ever. So, and you cannot get to it on your phone. So you need to check that.
Unless you go into, on your phone, the Explorer and the pain in the butt, you know, go to your desktop, whatever. So I think that there was one more thing. Oh, so really you can't see my phone at all, because I was going to show you how to post to your list.
I'll show you. I was just going to see if okay, so see this advertisement right here? So this is what we were talking about. This is an advertisement. You can do this little arrow and hide all ads from Hootsuite. So you can hide the ads, and once you start doing that after a while, you know, your Facebook feed is going to be really cleaned up. And if I could find a video, I could do that too. But so if a game request comes up here or a video, just do that little arrow and select don't show videos or ads or games from this person. So anyway, that's what we were talking about. Okay, I'll switch it back to you,
Cool.
Kira.
So I'm going to, let's see if maybe if I turn my phone this way, is that better? If it's not looking at the light?
Yeah, a little. It's just really bright for some reason, but.
So if I want to post for my potentials, I really like this one. I might put this photo, and then at the top, you can see it already says 2 potentials. Okay, so I can say I want my public to see this, I want my potentials to see this, I want my team to see this, I want people from Park City High School to see this. You know, whoever you want to see it, you put there, okay? Maybe I just want to post to a couple of my friends. You can do that as well. And those are the only people who can see it. So I'm gonna go and post this right now to my potentials list. If you guys are on your computers or your phones, go and look. You are not going to see this little pink picture because you're not my potential. Okay, ready? I posted it. You're not going to see it when you go to Kara Murphy and look at my Facebook page, okay? Only my potentials are going to be able to see that photo, okay? So that's how you keep your Facebook profile a little bit cleaner so that you're not posting where the whole world can see you. You know, if you've got people who just don't need to be seeing your It Works posts, then you put everybody else in the list that you want to post to. You can also say exclude. So you could say, this is one Lori put up yesterday, I loved it. Let's see, let me see if I can remember how. So you could put friends except, okay? Friends except, and I don't want Amy to see this post, okay? So it's gonna post to all of my friends, but not to Amy. She's not going to be able to see my post, okay? So that's one way that you can post and keep your Facebook, you know, just the people that you want to see it, seeing it. Okay. I gotta look at my notes for a second. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, sure. So there, you know, I was talking a little bit about who sees your posts on Facebook. Facebook is a lot more complicated than Instagram. When you post on Instagram, anyone that is your follower that is on Instagram at that time will see it. Facebook, you post something and only a fraction of your followers see it. If you post a video, that is one of the higher, it'll rank it higher in Facebook, so it'll go to more of your followers. And then next is a photo. After that is just text. And at the bottom is if you post things like links in your, if it's just like a link, then that'll actually decrease your ranking. So, so it's really good to post photos and videos. And sorry, I lost my train of thought, but so the higher your ranking, and then also the more people that comment on it, obviously you're going to get higher ranking. So if you can tag people in it or in the comments to get more interaction, that's what you'll want to do. And again, you want to make sure that you're interacting with the people that you want to see your posts.
So I think that's it. I mean, we've already gone more than 45 minutes. I think we gave everybody some really super information. I don't know if there's any questions that you have. I didn't get any on my end.
Yeah, I don't see any, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I want to add. So hopefully that helped everyone. But yeah, you can do that from your Facebook. And I would just kind of end, like, if you're ever posting on Facebook and you're hesitant about posting something because so-and-so is going to see it, use that list feature. Don't ever not post something because you're afraid that someone's going to see it that shouldn't. So use the lists and make those posts go to exactly the people that you want them to. But again, on the other hand, don't limit who you're showing the post to, because that person might become a distributor down the line on someone else's team if they don't see that you're posting. So use lists, but use it appropriately.
And I think just one last bit of advice that I have is have so much fun with this. People should look at your Instagram account and say to themselves, I want to be on her team. I want to buy something from her. I want to see who this person is. Same with your Facebook. Just really, I think the thing that I like the most about posting on social media is that I get to be myself. I get to really have fun with this and be excited and write a lot of stuff that I want to write. And like Ingrid said, just block those people out. If it's dancing in your head, oh my gosh, what is so-and-so going to think of this? Block them out of that list and really just establish yourself as a fun, exciting voice of authority. Even if you started yesterday, you have a reason why you started in this business, and the whole world now needs to see that through your social media account. You need to be so excited that it's contagious and everybody else wants to do it too. So.
I did get just one question. It was a really good one right before we were going to end. And she said, is this on your personal page or business page? And she's referring to tagging others to increase your rank. Really, really important. I highly do not, I don't know if highly is the right word, but I do not recommend doing a business page unless you want to pay money for advertising. I would use a personal page. Business pages, you cannot tag people, you cannot interact. So what we're talking about is a personal page. And yes, Facebook actually ranks your posts based on their content, based on your interaction with your friends and how much they are interacting with you. A Facebook business page, if you want to spend money to target a specific audience and have them have your post show up as a sponsored post in their feed, then a business page is the way to go. If you want to do this for free and find friends, I'd highly recommend just using your personal page to do this. And so everything we've talked about so far is from a personal page. Business pages are a lot more complicated and very difficult to interact with people, almost impossible to interact with your audience. So
there's so much to learn on Facebook and Instagram. If you're a new person, you have a gold mine for your business already in your Facebook account. Go start an Instagram account and that's enough. Blitz, start, do your launch party. That's how you start your business. Don't get any more. This is not a difficult business. Keep it simple.
Yep, and the more it's about you and your family and your life, the better. It doesn't need to be solid business, so keep it personal. That would be our advice. Okay, well, that's all I have, Kara. If you want.
Bye, everybody. Nope, that's it.
Okay.
Have them.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.